All right, let's dive in. Welcome to the deep dive, brought to you today by our friends RWG Publishing. We were really thrilled you're joining us. Today, we're going to tear into some truly inspiring stuff.
Yeah.
Our mission is to journey into the extraordinary world of mixed martial arts MMA, specifically through the incredible life chronicled in Chokehold Chronicles, Tales from the Cage by Bill Vincent.
That's right. And look, this isn't just a play-by-play of fights, not at all. It's a rich story, just bursting with perseverance, real passion, and that kind of unwavering dedication. Well, the kind that turns dreams into reality. So yeah, we're here to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, the insights from Alex the Hammer Harris's path, how he became this celebrated MMA champion, and hopefully we'll give you some surprising facts, plenty of aha moments about what it really takes to succeed at that level.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Young Alex Harris, growing up in Litchfield, Illinois, quiet streets. Bill Vincent's book, it paints this picture of him as an unassuming boy with a quiet demeanor. But what's really captivating, even back then, is how beneath that calm surface, there was this fierce determination already burning. Maybe quiet, but definitely there.
And what's fascinating here, I think, and sometimes missed in these origin stories, is how his whole journey kind of began almost by accident. The book says he just stumbled upon an MMA broadcast on TV, one moment, and from then on, he was just hooked.
Hooked, yeah.
He wasn't just watching, he was absolutely mesmerized by this blend of grace and raw power. It wasn't just a show for him. It was like a revelation, this sudden clarity about maybe a new purpose.
That moment of discovery, yeah, changes everything.
Exactly. It often does, doesn't it? Defines a whole passion.
And here's where we get an early peek into Alex's character, right? His parents, Mary and Tom, they were worried, understandably, about the dangers of fighting. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Sure, most parents would panic.
But Alex, even as a young kid, he had this incredible vision for what MMA was really about. Vincent captures him passionately explaining, it's not just about fighting. It's about discipline, training, and pushing yourself to be the best. He saw past the violence, saw a path to self-mastery.
That early articulation, that's crucial.
Yeah.
It shows it wasn't just some passing interest. His self-drive was like immediate, deep.
Yeah.
He didn't wait around. Vincent tells us he devoured books and articles about MMA at the local library.
Wow.
You just picture him, right? Shadowboxing in his room,
Yeah.
mimicking moves he'd seen on TV.
Yeah.
This wasn't just messing around, this self-started study, this practice. It really foreshadows the relentless dedication that intellectual curiosity even that defined his whole career. He was training his mind too, right from the start.
That's such a key point. And the real turning point, okay, the moment the dream really starts to feel possible is when he spots a flyer. Free MMA classes, local gym.
Oh, the flyer moment.
Yeah, you can almost feel his heart pounding, right? The hope, the adrenaline.
Totally.
So he pleads with his parents, makes this very strategic promise, I won't let my schoolwork slip. And he gets their permission. Reluctant maybe, but absolutely vital.
That shows commitment right there, earning their trust.
Definitely.
So, stepping into that gym, first time. The book describes Alex as this mix of excitement and nerves. Totally understandable. Vincent really puts you there. You can almost feel it. The place buzzed with energy. The sound of bodies hitting mats, hitting pads. Thick with the scent of sweat and the faint tang of disinfectant. It's a whole new world. Intense. Exhilarating. He had to adapt fast.
And this is where he meets Coach Mike. Introduced as burly man with a shaved head and a stern expression. Classic mentor setup, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit intimidating at first, maybe.
But despite that initial gruffness, Coach Mike becomes the pivotal figure for Alex. Starts him with the absolute basic stance, jab, but straight away he hits him with this crucial lesson. Remember, it's not just about power, It's about speed and precision. How important was that early philosophy, do you think, for shaping his style later on?
Oh, profoundly important. Central to his success, really. Because look, a lot of raw fighters, they just come in relying on brute strength. Right?
Sure, swing for the fences.
Exactly. But Coach Mike's emphasis, right from day one on speed and precision, it taught Alex to think strategically. Vincent shows how he learned footwork to create angles, how to feint, then deliver precise jab, not just wild haymakers.
Oh, okay.
It's the difference, really, between just a brawler and a technical fighter. And that philosophy, it let him conserve energy, exploit openings, control the pace of the fight. That became a hallmark of the Hammer.
Right. Right, thinking man's fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Alex just diving in, grueling training, footwork, striking, then the grappling techniques. And the book, it beautifully shows how the gym quickly becomes his sanctuary. A place to channel all that energy and passion away from everyday life into something with real purpose, more than just a gym.
Absolutely. A transformative space. And that leads to another really powerful thing Vincent highlights. The community he found there. He felt this sense of belonging he hadn't really had before. Welcomed by the other fighters. His best friend and training partner, Jake, is right there with him.
Yeah.
And that camaraderie, it wasn't just like emotional backup. It was foundational. Pushing him in sparring, analyzing opponents together, celebrating wins. It just shows, even in a sport that looks so individual, success is rarely a solo thing.
So true. And while he's juggling all this schoolwork, intense morning and evening training, his parents are watching. They see his determination, his commitment, and their initial reservations slowly giving way to support. It's a powerful lesson, isn't it? How consistent, passionate effort can actually change minds, turn doubt into encouragement.
It's a fantastic example. Earning trust through action. The book shows that shift really clearly. It wasn't just that he loved MMA, it was how he approached it.
Right.
Discipline, responsibility, not letting other stuff slide. That's what turned their worry into pride.
Okay, so fast forward a bit. Time for his first amateur fight. And Alex is hit with major pre-fight jitters. Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Vincent sets the scene, clock says 2:13 a.m. Alex can't sleep, wrestling with doubt, the weight of the moment. We've all felt that before, a big test, right?
Totally relatable.
He calls Jake, his friend, his training partner, needs that reassurance.
And Jake's words then, they're really powerful. Show their bond, but also what Alex needed to hear. He says, dude, you're going to be fine. You've trained hard for this. You've got the skills and you've got the heart. That belief from his friend, it wasn't just, nice words. It was crucial. It helped him push through that wave of uncertainty, reminded him of the work he'd put in. Sometimes that external validation just helps you find your own strength inside.
Definitely. So the first amateur fight itself described as a blur of punches, kicks, and grappling. Imagine that sensory overload.
Intense.
But through it all, his training kicks in, that muscle memory, the technique. He lands that powerful right hook that sent his opponent staggering. Bang! Secures his first win.
Huge moment.
The crowd erupted in cheers, his parents, his sister Emily beaming with pride. Just a defining moment for him and for everyone supporting him.
And that first win, fueled by that hook, it just sets him off. Meteoric rise, really. He starts dominating local tournaments, faces all sorts of opponents, keeps honing his skills. And it's during this time he gets that nickname, the Hammer, for that devastating but precise right hook.
The Hammer. Catchy.
Yeah, the book implies it wasn't just raw power, though. It was timing. It consistently found its mark. Perfectly delivered.
So his fame starts growing. Local sports reporters notice. Sponsors start sniffing around. And this is where he has to learn a whole new game, right? Navigating the world outside the cage, balancing the whirlwind of training, fights, and growing recognition with being, a public figure, new challenges.
A whole different arena, yeah. Managing expectations, staying grounded.
If you're finding Alex's journey as gripping as we are, and you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, not just the physical stuff, but the mental game, the strategy, what really fuels a champion, you should definitely dive deeper. You can grab Chokehold Chronicles, Tales from the Cage by Bill Vincent on Amazon right now. We'll stick a direct link in the show notes for you. Makes it easy to explore all the details, the challenges Alex overcomes.
Good call. Because the story just gets richer. Every hero needs that rival, right?
Yeah.
Someone to really test them. And for Alex, that rival emerges, Diego the Beast Martinez.
Okay.
Alex watches him, sees the brutal power, the relentless aggression, feels this mix of awe and unease. Diego's got this ruthless edge, almost wild. It sets up this really compelling showdown, psychologically and physically. Pushes Alex. It's more than just a fight. It's like a clash of styles, maybe even philosophies.
And the media just eats it up, right? The frenzy around their potential fight ramps up. Diego's apparently very vocal about his confidence in defeating Alex. Lots of trash talk, trying to get under his skin.
Oh yeah, classic psychological warfare.
But Alex, he responds with this remarkable composure, always focused, just says stuff like, I'm focused on my training and improving every day. When the time comes, we'll see what happens in the cage.
That's impressive. Shows real mental discipline. He understands the mind games but refuses to play.
Yeah, blocking out that noise, especially from a rival like that. That's elite athlete stuff.
For sure. But then, the setback. the kind that challenges everything.
Yeah.
Vincent describes this moment, intense sparring session. Alex pivots for a high kick, feels a sharp, searing pain. Boom, torn meniscus.
Oh, brutal timing.
Yeah. And the doctor's words are just a gut punch.
I-
Several weeks, at least, for recovery.
Yeah.
The huge fight against Diego, totally jeopardized. This is where that mental resilience really gets tested.
That injury, the torn meniscus, it's more than just physical, isn't it? The book really gets into Alex's frustration, that feeling of helplessness during rehab. It's a dark place for an athlete. Your identity feels threatened.
Absolutely. The mental side of injury recovery is often way harder than the physical pain itself.
But this is where his support system, that community we talked about, it truly shines. Sarah, his partner, she's that vital emotional anchor, reminds him, you've overcome so much already. This is just another challenge.
Crucial perspective.
And Coach Mike, steady guidance, tells him it's not falling apart, it's just a setback. We'll take it one step at a time.
See, that's great coaching right there. Mike's practical, one step at a time approach combats that overwhelming feeling of crisis.
Yeah.
Breaks it down. Manageable steps.
Yeah.
And Sarah reminding him of his past resilience. That's not just comfort, it's strategic. Anchors him to his history of overcoming stuff. Frames it not as failure, but another test of his character. Strengthens that internal champion narrative.
So Alex's determination to come back, you can feel it coming off the page. He gets cleared for full training eventually, returns to the gym to cheers and applause from his teammates. That must have felt amazing.
Huge moment of validation.
Yeah.
Collective belief.
And Coach Mike, recognizing the mental battle Alex just won, gives this powerful speech. Says, Alex has shown incredible resilience and determination. That's the mark of a true champion. Highlighting the mental strength.
Yeah, because that mental strength was absolutely vital for the comeback fight against Diego. The book paints it as epic, almost cinematic. Despite all the pressure, Diego's cold and calculating thing, Alex stays incredibly calm, uses his speed and technique against Diego's raw power.
The strategy pays off.
Totally.
Oh.
Vincent describes him landing this swift uppercut that snapped Diego's head back, and that leads to the victory. Hard fought.
Wow.
It wasn't just a win, it was like a strategic masterclass, proof that smarts could beat brute force.
But the journey's not over. Alex knows, like you said, staying at the top required continuous improvement.
Always evolving.
The next huge challenge?
Yeah.
The championship fight. Against Marcus the Titan Thompson, seasoned fighter, formidable reputation.
Big leagues now.
Stakes are higher than ever, training gets even more intense, and they bring in a guest trainer, former champion Carlos the Hurricane Hernandez. How does adding someone like Carlos shift things?
That's a brilliant move.
Yeah.
You see it at the top levels, right? Carlos, being a former champ, brings a fresh perspective, a champion's mindset. He can spot subtle things, weaknesses, or opportunities that maybe Coach Mike, being so close to Alex day-to-day, might miss. Vincent implies Carlos helped refine Alex's defense, introduce specific counter-strategies just for Marcus's style.
So it's not just more training, it's smarter training.
Exactly. Diversifying perspective, elevating the whole game plan. Intellectual edge.
Okay, so the climax. Alex's championship story. His strategic win over Marcus. He uses his speed and technique to evade and counter, plays it smart, waits for the opening,
Disciplined.
and then lands it. That signature, powerful right hook that sent Marcus crashing to the mat. Championship won. He's lifted onto his teammates' shoulders, the crowd's going nuts, deafening roar. Just what a moment. Pure validation.
Incredible. And his reflection afterwards, it just sums up his whole journey, shows his values. This victory is not just mine. It's for everyone who believed in me, who supported me through the tough times.
Yeah.
Really highlights that power of community, shared effort. Success at this level, it's almost never a solo flight. It's collective. Vincent makes that point again and again.
So, championship belt secured. Now Alex faces a new chapter. More than just fighting, he's reflecting, planning the future with Coach Mike, his agent Lisa, dealing with new sponsors, endorsements. The challenge isn't just winning fights now, it's balancing the pro goals, personal life, the pressure of fame. How does the book show him handling that?
That's a critical phase, yeah. And Vincent explores how Alex consciously works on balance. He doesn't just keep grinding the same way. He learns to delegate more. Lisa handles endorsements. Mike manages the fight schedule. The book shows him setting boundaries. He understands that burning out from fame is just as dangerous as a physical injury. It's a subtle but really important lesson on sustainability in these high-pressure careers.
And a huge part of his growth is deliberately reconnecting with loved ones. Spends quality time with his parents, Mary and Tom, his sister Emily, feels that deep Gratitude for their unwavering support.
Grounding himself.
Yeah. And Sarah's presence is still that comforting reminder, that source of strength, anchoring him in the middle of all the craziness. It's nice to see that emphasis on family.
Absolutely. And Alex doesn't just, focus inward. He dedicates himself to giving back. He starts
Yeah.
mentoring young fighters, Ethan and Jamie at the local community center,
Yeah.
shares his knowledge, his experience, organizes charity events.
That's great.
It's not just a token thing. It shows the real heart of a champion,
Yeah.
right? Extending his impact beyond the cage, using his platform for actual good, building a legacy beyond just wins and losses.
And he keeps setting new goals, refining skills, knows that staying at the top required continuous improvement. He embraces new stuff, becomes a brand ambassador for health, wellness, uses his platform to promote positive messages and inspire others.
Hmm.
The journey, he gets it, it's always ongoing. Constant growth, constant contribution.
Yeah, exactly. What Vincent ultimately shows through Alex is that being a true champion, it isn't about arriving somewhere. It's about the continuous evolution, the commitment to getting better, and the impact you have on others. It's a really powerful story about purpose beyond just personal achievement. Wow, what an incredible deep dive into the life of Alex the Hammer Harris from Chokehold Chronicles, Tales from the Cage. His journey, it just perfectly showcases resilience, the importance of discipline, and yeah, the huge impact of having a strong support system.
Absolutely. Alex's story, it's not just about MMA, is it? It's such a powerful metaphor for life. It reminds us that when passion meets grit, real grit, and when we really lean on our team, family, friends, mentors, whoever, even the toughest chokeholds in our own lives can actually lead to our greatest victories. Makes you think, doesn't it? How do you, listening now, build and keep that kind of unyielding support system when you're facing your own battles? That's a great question. We really, really encourage you to experience every thrilling detail, every emotional beat of Alex's journey yourself. Pick up Chokehold Chronicles, Tales from the Cage by Bill Vincent. Like we said, you'll find the link to Amazon right there in our show notes. Check it out. On behalf of RWG Publishing, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with more fascinating insights to help you get well informed. Until then, keep digging.